Hi everyone, it's Mike.
And Ravin.
And Khaleesi.
And we're going to play, we just got it in the mail recently, the Runescape Kingdoms.
Yeah.
And we got our characters. Those are all the characters in the expansion, the bosses. They're in order there. So the demon, there, the dragon. Those are expansion characters. We started painting some up. We got the cook character painted, and Raven started the skill quester, I think it's called.
Yeah.
What's cool is the miniatures you don't have to have those skills or something. It's just a representation of your miniature on the board.
Right.
Like, because when I started, I did a little test game. I used the knight. That's the guy I'm going to be using. And he ended up being more stealthier than the ranger character. So what's cool is you can use those ones. Or if you have D&D characters, you want to make your own custom ones, you can put them there too.
Yeah.
Because I have the knight. And then Khaleesi picked the sorceress one. She's going to work on that one.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's the vampire. So that's the boss we're going to be going up against.
Yeah.
And then Raven's going to use the ranger character.
Yeah, until I finish my...
Skill quester, you said you're going to work to?
I'm working on it.
Yeah. So we'll just go over. There's a tutorial in the box too that shows you how movement works and everything. That's pretty good. This is the start of the campaign, and you can take your characters on the campaign for all the expansions and level them up and go out through that way. So we're going to film some of our campaign and see how that goes too.
Yeah.
So this is the start of the very first mission.
Okay.
So the book explains to you how you set everything up. We already have everything set up there. It does a good job. And then when you get to the campaign, it tells you how to set up the campaign for the Vampire Slayer.
Cool.
And then we have the neoprene mats. We have them over there. They're cool, but some of the writing on it's kind of blurry. So we're going to use the board to play on, not the mat.
Okay.
And we have the board there. What's cool is on the opposite side of the board is the map for the boss. We don't have to flip it. Okay. I'll just show it's over there. That's what the other side looks like. That's our neoprene mat. So when we go to the Vampire Slayer, that's who we fight.
Yeah.
We go to the vampire. We're the Vampire Slayers.
Right.
So we'll go through the rules as we're playing because they're pretty straightforward. The book's not too big for the rules, but as we go through it, we'll go explain how stuff works too.
Yeah.
But we'll go over the characters a little bit, how you set up the characters too, because it showed how to do that in the book too. So this is a character sheet at the start. This is Khaleesi's character. We got to give her a name eventually, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said you might actually use a kitty character from Steamforged too. That might be your character. But everybody's skill starts at 1, and then you pick 2 skills to start at 2. So Khaleesi picked magic to be at 2 and crafting to be at 2.
Yep.
And everybody starts with 3 gold. And then you pick out of the resources, you get to pick 3 different resources. So she got, I think it's twine or wool, a cherry, and
I think it's yarn.
Yarn, yeah, and a fish. And the character sheet does a good job explaining how your rules work around moving and how you do your turn and everything. So you don't got to reference the rule book every 2 minutes. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then my character, I'm going to be able to, like a tank kind of, so I have 2 defense and crafting because I want to make my own type of armor and stuff.
Right.
And when you get XP, we'll explain how that works in the game too. And I have an iron, a rock, and lumber because I want, eventually, because you start with these 2. Everyone starts with a recipe book for cooking. Everyone starts with a quest. We'll go through those when we're playing those 2. I got the witch potion, so I got to go test out a potion. And everybody starts with a starting equipment, and I picked the smith's hammer because I want to be able to craft stuff and be better at it. And Khaleesi got her quest. She got the thief's hood too, so you're a wizard that can good at thieving stuff?
So for my starting equipment, I picked the short bow. And for my starting quest, I picked bandit hunting because the 2 skills I picked are thieving and melee for my character that I haven't picked a name for yet, but Khaleesi's going to help me pick a name.
Yeah. What resources did you pick too?
Oh, and resource, I have wood. I have the cherries. I don't know if they just represent food.
Yeah, that's food. When they're ingredients when you do stuff.
Yeah, and string or twine, which if you go back over to the bow, to upgrade, I need wood and 3 of the twine. So I figured that was a good place to start.
And Khaleesi's quest is Sights of Dark Magic, so she has to go around the map looking for places where dark magic is.
Neat.
So when you set your character up, it tells you to set them in a capital too, so we all put our characters where we want to start.
Yep.
And then in the vampire one, it says at the very start, you draw the first escalation card from the Vampire Slayer. So Raven will pick that up, and you want to read that.
Vampire awakens. In the crypt beneath Draenor Manor, Count Draenor awakens, eager to stake his thirst for blood. Place danger tokens in Draenor Manor and Draenor Village. Collect Vault Card 24 and shuffle it into the Lumbridge Exploration deck. Then collect Vault Card 1 and place it on top.
So the escalation cards each have a level of peril. That's peril. That's what's in the corner.
Yep.
So the higher that gets, so the longer you stay, because there's a track board here that goes up when stuff happens. If you end in the capital city, the higher the peril, the more the city basically breaks down. At the end of the campaign, you add the level of your peril, and that's what basically the story at the end of your campaign, how stuff goes.
Right.
So there's like really good, and then the city's basically crumbling down, and you have to fix it. But there's no you win or you lose thing, which is nice too. So you can still go around and do stuff, and don't worry. It's good if you want to try to get the first score, but if you get to the lower one, it's nice that it's not game over, everybody dies, right?
Yeah.
It's just, you're going to have to do some building, basically, right? So we put the danger tokens on, and we'll have to get the vault cards now too and add them to stuff. If you remember when if you've seen us do Bloodborne, it's kind of like the deck like that, the construction. So there's like choose your own adventure type of stuff in there and cards that happen with the storyline and stuff.
Yeah.
So we got to get those and add them to the stuff too. So in the numbers in the corners, those are the vault numbers that you get. And then the VS is for the Vampire Slayer. So those ones are specifically for this campaign when they ask for stuff like that.
Right.
So these are basically things that's going to be happening in Lumbridge, because it tells you the Lumbridge cards at the top there.
Yep.
And the exploration cards for each capital, there's stuff that happens, and those are the exploration decks for each capital. So that's what those are.
Right.
So those cards are going to go in them. Now, I don't remember reading if we could read them now so we know, or when they happen. Do you want to play it as when we pick them up, we'll read them?
Yeah.
Okay. So those cards will be in the deck.
Okay.
So we have to put 24 in and shuffle it, and then put number 1 on top.
All right.
So that just stays in play there. We shuffle the cards in.
Yeah.
And then at the reverse of the map of it, they tell you the start of the quest. So this is kind of like your main goals and quests. So right now, the first thing we can do is speak to Morgan. And then they tell you to put the dread card there. So wherever there's a danger token, whenever you roll skill checks, you get 1 less dice if there's a danger token there.
Okay.
So it's basically, we're scared of what's happening there. So there's vampires, so we get 1 less skill dice. So right now, if we're in Draenor Village or Draenor Manor, we get 1 less skill dice. So if you're supposed to have 3 dice, you only get 2.
Right. Okay.
We'll go through that when we're doing tasks. So our first mission goal to progress into our story is speak to Morgan.
So the people of Draenor Village live in constant terror. Their numbers are dwindling, all due to a foul creature lurking in the manor in the north known as a vampire. One villager, Morgan, seeks aid. An adventurer in Draenor Village with...
That's just a symbol for Draenor Village. So that's the symbol. So anyone that's in Draenor Village.
Yeah. With
1 defense.
Or more can perform the following action. Speak to Morgan by collecting Vault Card 2.
So you need skill required, you need 1 defense. So we all start with 1 in all of it, so we can all do that quest.
Okay.
If there was a defense of 2, I'm the only one in our party that can do that because I have defense 2 already.
Right.
So that's Draenor Manor there. So any one of us that goes there can start our main goal quest. We can go around and do other stuff, but if we wait too long, the escalation track can go up and more bad stuff can happen.
Right.
But that's our main goal right now. So we'll do our first turn, and they say the last person to play RuneScape is the first player. And then you play off of that too. Okay. We're going. So I played a little bit of it. I tried it out. So I'll show you the first turn, and I'll do my character first.
Okay.
So on everyone's character sheet too, it tells you your turn reference. You can move or teleport. So moving, you just move into an adjacent square where the dotted lines are where you can move to.
Okay.
Teleport, you spend 1 gold, and you can teleport to any other capital city.
Okay. And the capital cities are the bigger flags.
The bigger flags, yeah.
Right.
Those are the capital cities. And then you have an action or explore. So we'll explain to that when we do our turn too. And then you can do a bonus action, which are other stuff too. But what we forgot to do too, at the start, they say in the rulebook, everybody chooses a new capital at the start of the game. So we picked our characters, and that's where they start. That could be like their hometown. But now everybody has to pick a new capital to go to.
Okay.
I'm going to go to Falador, because that's going to help me with my Witch Potion quest, and then we'll decide where you guys want to go.
All right.
So I moved my character. Khaleesi moved hers over to Lumbridge, and then because Raven's goal, her quest she picked at the start, she has to start in Lumbridge to do it.
Right.
So now you can move into a new spot.
Okay.
So every picked a new capital city to start in.
Yep.
And then I'll do my first turn.
Okay.
So you don't have to move either. So you can stay where you are, move, or teleport.
Okay.
You don't have, because I looked at the rulebook when I take the test. I was like, oh, do I have to move? If it's mandatory to move every time? No, it says you may move. Because the sheet says move or teleport. It doesn't say may there.
Right.
So if you're wondering, yeah, it says in the rulebook you may move. So you can stay in the spot you're in if you're trying to farm certain things or anything, right?
Okay.
But the first thing I'm going to do, because I don't want to teleport because that's going to cost me gold, and I have a quest coming from Port Sarup.
Okay.
So the first thing I'm going to do for my step is move. So I can move to anywhere adjacent where there's a connecting those dots are. So my knight is going to move down to Port Sarup. So that's my first move. So you can only get one move. I haven't seen anything that you can do double moves or anything yet except teleport, which you can teleport to any capital city.
Right. Okay.
So the next thing you can do is action or explore. So for a quest, it says action, sample the witch's potion. So I can either explore, which will get you one of the exploration cards that we sold where we put at the start where you explore the region.
Yeah.
And then you get the forage, so you would get the resource at there, which is under the character there, a cherry. Right. So if I explored, I would explore the city, get a card, and that's a random thing that happens. And then I would forage and get a cherry for my inventory.
Okay.
But I'm not going to do explore. I'm going to do action, the Witch's Blue one. So the Witch's Blue quest is a eccentric witch needs testers for their latest concoction. Who are you to say not to try a free drink? So if this adventure is in Port Sarup, they can perform the following action. And the action is sample the witch's potion. So if you get it, there's a test for it. So I'll show the card. So there's negative effects and positive effects depending if you pass the test or not.
Okay.
So the check mark if you pass and the X is if you fail.
All right.
So, and there's a test there. So there's a 2 and a 5. And the symbol there is the skill you use. So that's defense, which I'm good at because I'm already level 2 in defense.
Cool.
So the skill is if you're under the skill, you roll 1 dice. If you're the same as the skill, you roll 2. And if you're higher than the skill, you roll 3 dice.
Okay.
And then that's where equipment comes in. If you have equipment that has to do with defense, you can roll your force dice, which is the special colored dice. So you get 3 purple and a gold one for this. And we had the deluxe expansion. So there's the orange dice and the free black ones too.
Right.
So I don't have, my item is for smithing and for crafting. So I don't get to roll another dice. Okay. And my skill is 2 with defense. So I'm the same. So I roll 2 dice. The second number is a 5, is what I have to beat on the 2 dice to pass the test.
Okay.
Every time you do a test, they say too, if you pass or fail, you get experience towards the skill you're doing.
Nice.
Which is cool. So even if you fail, you still get experience because you're learning how to do it.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Cool.
So I'm going to roll my 2 dice because I'm the same and see if I beat 5. Okay, so Khaleesi's going to roll the dice for me?
Yep.
Okay, you got to beat a 5 on 2 dice. You got a 6 and 8. Nice. So you don't get experience for each succession. It's just you pass the test and you get 1 experience. You don't get 2 experiences because you passed twice. You just get 1.
Cool.
So on my defense now, I gain the experience because I passed the skill test. Or if I failed, you still put it there. Once you get to your 3rd one, your skill levels up. So then I'd be free defense.
Cool.
So if I do 2 more tests or gain 2 more experience with defense, I'll be a level 3 at it.
Cool.
So I passed the test. So you read the check mark. So you feel strange surge of energy for a few seconds. A successful test. The quest is complete. So I finished the quest already. So at the top there, the S is like starting quest. There's a legends for how the tests are. We all picked, I think, Khaleesi picked the medium one. So that's the skill level and how long they are. And then the rewards for it. So I gained free defense for this quest and 2 gold.
Cool.
So I got the 2 gold for finishing the quest. I added that.
Awesome.
I gained free XP in defense. So now I'm at level 3 for defense. And now I finished the quest for that.
Cool.
And then when you finish a quest, there's a side quest completed. There's a tick there that you would put that I finished 1 quest. Once you finish a certain amount of them, you get bonuses. So if you finish 3 of them, whenever you complete a side quest, you gain 1 XP in a skill of their choice.
Nice.
And then progressive that way. There's also the capes here that you do a certain amount of achievements, and you can get your cape, which gives you bonuses too.
Cool.
So the last thing you can do on your turn is a bonus action. Sometimes you won't be able to do one. everybody can, for a bonus action, to do certain things. We can all do the same type of bonus actions.
Right.
So one, because we have the recipe book, if you have 3 different ingredients you can cook, which I don't have any ingredients of our, I got materials.
Right.
You can also craft stuff as a bonus action. I can't craft my hammer because I need more raw materials to do it.
Okay.
So I can't do that. Another thing you can do that I know what's for is get another side quest as a bonus one. So it's a bonus action. You can pick a new side quest if you meet the requirements for it.
Neat.
In a 2 to 3 player game, the most side quests you can have is 2. If you're in a 4-player game, each person can only have 1 side quest. So you can be doing 2 quests at a time with the amount of people we're playing with.
Okay.
If we had one more person, even if we were like how we do in other games, if we were controlling 4 characters, each person can only have 1 side quest.
Okay.
So for my bonus action, I'm going to take a side quest. So I'll look through them and pick which one I'll do.
Okay.
So my side quest I pick now, because I'm a crafter and I want armor for him. Armor for a hero. Guildmaster Archili, I can't even pronounce that name. Arcates?
Yeah, looks like Arcates.
Of the Heroes Guild has commissioned a worthy plate for delivery of which you will be paid for with worldly advice. You have been paid less. You've been paid less in your time. Advance in this quest, craft the armor in Tavali. So that's over on the map too. Where is that one? Okay, we'll look at that. Okay. And then those are the materials I need to make it. And then it's a bonus action. So see, that's on this card. This doesn't cost an action. This is a bonus action for me to do this one. And I have to craft the armor. And you can only do 1 bonus action a turn. You can't spam bonus actions. I already did my bonus action. Right. So I can't, if I had the materials, I can't do this bonus action now. I have to wait.
Okay.
And we'll talk about the bank too and putting stuff in that later too. And there's an actual grand exchange where you can trade stuff too.
Okay.
But that's it for my turn now. So yeah, if I'm over there, Raven was just pointing to it, I can craft armor there and I do my quest.
Cool.
So that's my turn. Now it's Khaleesi's turn. So Khaleesi wants to go over to the farmland because that's part of one of the places she has to look for the sites of dark magic. Mm-hmm. So you would move over to the farmland. You know, and then we'll see the marker there. So that's where you can get eggs there too. Mm-hmm. So you reach there. So you would there's RS tokens to represent doing certain parts. They're like putting check marks on stuff.
Right.
So you put it on the farmland. So you've already done one part of your quest.
Yay.
So you still got to go to 2 other places and then you'll finish that one.
Cool. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that part's done. So you did your move. Now you don't have an action to do because your quest doesn't do anything about actions. So now you can do explore. So when you explore, you pick the top card from the exploration deck. And you go off of the color of the flag is the capital. So that's the region you're in. So we'll pick from the flag the top yellow card. So that's the one Khaleesi's going to pick from. So with the cards, each location has a different type of story or event that happens where. So you would check off where you're from. So you're in the farmland. So you wouldn't read the stuff for the dig site or the grand exchange because that's not where you are.
Right.
So you're in the farmland, so you would read that. A curious spell has bewitched these fields. Oh, that's a tough one. Dispel it and claim some of their produce. So this is a tough one. This is a 4 skill. But lucky you did 2 with magic, right? But you're still not higher than 4. So you only get to roll 1 dice. If you had a wizard item, you might be able to do stuff. And if you pass, even if you pass or fail, you would get experience for it. So that's okay. Mm-hmm. And you can't opt out of doing them unless they ask you to. So you still have to do the test.
Okay.
So, but at least with this one, there's no downside. But if there is, you get a ingredient of your choice if you pass it.
Yay.
Okay. So, because you're lower than the skill, because you're only 2, you get to only roll 1 dice. Okay. And the skill is 4. So try to be the 4. Hey, nice. You got it.
I just dropped it.
Nice. So you would gain experience in magic. So if you get 2 more experience, you'll be free of magic now.
Nice.
Cool. And you get an ingredient of your choice. So there's resources, which is everything, and then ingredients, and I think it's components. I forget what it's. Yeah, resources and then ingredients.
Okay.
So you can't pick stone or stuff. You have to pick an ingredient for this one.
Okay.
So you wanted to get the vegetable, right?
Yep.
So that would go into your resources. And we got your experience. So you got a vegetable, you got your experience now. for your wizard.
Yeah.
And that was your explorer. So now you get the forage. So the item at the bottom there is an egg. So you get a free egg.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you got a few food items now too. Cool. Now you got a bonus action. So you can pick, like I said before in the other one, you can pick a side quest. You could do the recipe book. You have 3 different ingredients. You can try to cook something.
Could I try and cook something?
If that's what you want to do, because like, you can do whatever you want. To use the recipe book, any 3 different ingredients. And then it's a skill check of 1. So we all have 1 cooking, so you can do that one.
Yeah.
And then you gain either a food or a ration. Food, which is a crab, heals you 2 hit points. Rations, you can use in a boss fight when they come up and they can heal stuff too.
Oh, neat. Okay, cool.
So you want to try to cook?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to pick 3 of your ingredients. Which 3 ingredients are you going to use to cook?
There's a vegetable,
Okay.
the cherry,
Yeah.
and egg.
Okay. So another skill check. So it's you're cooking. Did anyone pick 2 cooking? No. So you're the same. So you get to roll 2 dice. You don't have a cooking equipment, so you don't get bonuses there. And you have to be the 6. So 2 dice, and you need to be the 6. Okay. Let's see if you do it. You did it. Good.
Yay.
And like I said before, it's not 2. You didn't pass it twice. You just have to. You got so many dice. You get to try to beat it.
Right.
So you got that. So you get experience in cooking and gain 1 cooked food or 1 ration and discard 3 different ingredients. So you have to discard the 3 different ingredients you use because you use those for your cooking. So Khaleesi decided to make a food, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That was your bonus action. And then that's your turn. And then you just ended there.
Cool.
Yeah.
If you end your turn in a capital city, no one's done that yet. We'll see. We're all moving a bit. The escalation track would go up.
Okay.
So now it's Raven's turn. Also, with the exploration cards, once they're done, unless they say, I haven't seen any yet when I did the test, I don't think, they go back to the bottom of the exploration pile. So that one's at the bottom now.
Okay. For my move, I'm going to go over to Black Knight's Fortress because that's part of my quest, and I want to do my quest. And my quest is bandit hunting.
So you moved over there, so that's that. So now you can either action or explore. You said you want to do the action for this, right? Because on the card, so instead of, you're not going to be able to do the, like Khaleesi did, explore and get the resource, but you're going to get to do this action.
Yeah. So Duke Horatio seeks help hunting down bandits who have fled from Lumbridge. So if this adventure is in Black Knight's Fortress, which is where I am, they can perform the following action. The action is slay the bandits.
So the skill is fighting.
Yeah.
1, and you need to beat 6. So what are you? I think you're good at fighting, right?
I am. I have 2 in melee.
So you're 1 better than it. So you get to roll 3 dice. So
Nice.
you're the first person to roll 3 dice.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you want to use a collector's 1 dice? I think they were. I don't know, from the deluxe edition. Those
Sure.
are
The
those ones.
shiny dark dice.
Okay, so
We'll use those.
so and then your equipment is you don't have fighting equipment, right? You have a bow.
Yeah.
So ranged attacks you would get bonuses.
Right.
Okay, so we got to do a skill test, and we have to be the 6. Khaleesi's gonna roll the dice. Is that a 6 there?
Yeah.
Oh, you just passed it. Good. You've passed all the tests so far, Khaleesi. Good job.
Awesome.
So we passed it. So we read the green part.
The bandits have been slain, and the quest is complete.
Cool. So you finished the quest already. So that's what we mean about the S ones. They're pretty fast. If you get to the location, you finish them. But there is longer ones. I think when I did the test, when you could rescue a cat, that took a couple steps.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool.
So you finished that. So you did a test for fighting. So you would get an XP in fighting.
Okay.
You would get 4 gold. You finished a side quest. So you would mark off on your character sheet that you finished a side quest. You actually get free experience for fighting. So you would get 2
Nice.
more experience. So 1 more and 2. So you're at level 3 now in fighting, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So now my melee, which we've been calling fighting, is at 3, which is cool. I have a tick in my side quests. I got a bunch of gold now. I have 2, 4, 6, 7 gold.
Yeah. One of the cape objectives is have 15 coins. So if you have 15 coins, you get your cape.
Cool.
And with capes, I haven't come up yet, but since you're getting close to that, you're halfway there. When you're playing with characters, once someone gets one of those cape objectives, another person can't get the same one.
Oh.
So if you get the 15 coin one, I can't get it
That's interesting.
until everybody has a cape. then you can get people can start doubling doing the other ones.
Okay.
It's basically to leave room so everybody can get a cape, so people don't spam getting 4 capes and
Right.
the poor other person doesn't get one, right?
And because some people think because you can, if you're in a situation where you can take multiple side quests, one of them is complete 4 side quests.
When I did the test, I
You can
did
do that
that
pretty
with
quick.
the knight character. I finished 4 quests and I had my fire cape.
Okay, cool.
So everyone's done a turn now, and in the rulebook it says now once the turn is the same throughout the entire campaign. So I'll go first, then Khaleesi, then you, and that's going to be the turn order throughout the entire campaign, unless something else happens or whatever. Too. What's nice in this too is it's easy for people to leave and come back too. It doesn't affect like the spawn rate or the difficulty or anything. So you can have a friend join in or leave or play their character when they come back, which is cool too.
Yeah.
It does make when I like to. I think I commented in the Facebook group. The more people you have on the board, though, you get more stuff done. Stuff gets done faster. So if you want a faster played game, I think the recommended time is like 2 hours and a half for a campaign. If you're only playing with one character, it's going to take you probably a lot longer than that.
Right.
If you have more people, you'll finish it faster. And it's easier, because I got to the mini boss, but I didn't get to the boss. When you fight mini bosses, the more people in the fight, it's easier to beat him.
Okay.
Not more difficult, but easier. It'll take more time to do it with 1 to 2 people. If you have 3, you'll be able to finish it faster.
Cool. Okay.
Which is nice too. It's not like I know some games you need 4 people to do it. If you do it with 2 as a hindrance, it's time that makes it longer.
Is the vampire the mini boss?
No, that's a good question. The vampire is the big boss. The mini boss, because I got to it, well, I know what it is. I'll tell you off screen because it'll be a surprise for the people that's playing, okay? So I could teleport to go to Varrock to get some leather for my quest for the armor for a hero, but then I gotta go all the way back to Tannery, which is on the other side of the map.
Right.
I think I gotta progress in our main story, so I'm gonna work my way over to Drier Matter.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move up towards Valador.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need to teleport because it's right next to me.
Yeah.
And that's my move action. For my explore action, so it's good too, so what happens in the capital city now? When you explore in the capital city, you don't pick an exploration card up. That's only in the regions around the capital city.
Okay.
What you do is you can forage, which is in there, it's twine, wool, whatever that marker is.
Yeah.
Cotton.
Let's see what it is actually is. It's thread. That's what it is.
Right.
So I looked on the back of the book. It tells you it's thread.
Okay.
Okay, so I get one of those because that would be the forage there because that's what you get at that town.
Okay.
Now, instead of exploring, in capital cities, you can do skills. So this is something you can do in cities and with your gold. Besides teleporting, you can use it to get skills. Unless you're trying to bank, like we said before, if you're trying to get 15 coins for your cape.
Right.
But for 1 gold, on the left-hand side, that shows you for 1 gold, you can gain 1 skill in defense or 1 in gathering. Or for 2 gold, you get fighting, wizard, or crafting. So that's how you raise skills if you're in a capital city.
Right.
You can't spam it. I can't spend 1 gold for defense and then another gold. I can't keep doing it. You can only do it once for each skill there.
All right.
Each capital city has different. It might be more expensive to do. Yeah, like in Lumberridge, when I'm looking off screen, Lumberridge, it costs 2 gold to do defense.
Right.
It's cheaper to do it here.
Yeah.
So I have 5 gold on me now. I'm going to spend 1 gold to get my defense up. So I'll get, and it's not a whole skill, it's just an XP point you get.
Okay.
I'm going to spend 1 gold for defense, 1 gold for gathering, and then I'm going to spend 2 gold for crafting because I like crafting here.
Okay.
So that's 4 gold total I got to spend to get those skills up.
All right.
So I only have 1 gold now, but I got my defense up, 1 more and I'll be at 4. And crafting's up and gathering.
Cool.
Yay.
Yeah, and I already got if you're doing order progression, I think the forging happens after. That's the last part of it. But I already got the thread. And now for my bonus action, I can't cook because I don't have stuff for ingredients for cooking. I could get another quest if I wanted. I don't have enough to craft a hammer. So I'll check the quest, see if I can get another one. So I picked Scouting Bandits. So bandits set up camps throughout the kingdoms. Scout them, but keep your distance. Is the order of the Duke. So I got to go to these, kind of like Khaleesi's quest, I got to go to these locations to scout for the bandits. And then I finish the quest for that. Oh, I should have gave that one to you, but if I beat this one, I get 5 experience to ranged.
Nice.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
So that's my one. And we figured out too that Raven forgot to do her bonus action. So your bonus action, you're going to pick a quest too?
Yes.
Okay. So Raven picked Goblin Diplomacy?
Yep. Generals Bentonese and Wartface can't agree on which color their tribe should wear. Help them solve their dispute so the world doesn't have to worry about riding goblins. If this adventure is in Goblin Village, they can steal their old clothes and present them back to the generals as an alternate option by performing the following action.
Oh, so you got to go to Goblin Village to do some diplomacy with goblins?
Yeah.
Cool. So I finished my turn in the capital city. So now the escalation tracker goes up.
Right.
You want to move it up then, Khaleesi? Once it gets to the top, it goes back down to the bottom and you pick the next escalation card.
Okay.
So, because I did the test, I think I got up to a little bit of escalation. Stuff gets more dangerous when you escalate. So
right.
You don't want to, you could camp in capital cities all day, get skills and stuff, but then the escalation's going to get up and the game's going to get harder and more peril to the city happens.
Okay.
So now it's Khaleesi's turn. Okay, so Khaleesi said you want to do a teleport, right? So now we can show people how teleport works. So when you teleport, we got to spend 1 gold. So I got 1 gold here on your sheet. So the coins are cool that you can flip them to one on one side, 2 on the other. But we had 2 with her. So Khaleesi's using her 1 coin to teleport.
Yeah.
So now you can teleport to any capital city you want. So which one do you want to go to, Khaleesi? And if there's ones, I don't know if there's capital cities on the expansion, because then it extends the map to other places too.
Right.
So then you can teleport around.
Cool.
To the ones I looked at, I think the expansions don't have capital cities, but they have exploration stuff you can go to.
Oh, neat. Okay.
Explore. Okay, so where do you want to teleport to, Khaleesi?
That little one.
Where I am?
Yeah.
Okay, and so 2 people can actually share the same, that doesn't come up to be in the same spot. If they're in the same spot, you can exchange everything in your inventory and resources. So we're like trading between each other. And that's a free action. That's not a bonus action. That's not saying,
okay.
If I want to give Khaleesi my hammer, I can do it. If she wants to give me her fish or ration, she can do that too.
Okay.
I don't know why the gnome child is there that fell over, but yeah. Random surprise kid.
Daddy,
That didn't come up when I did the test too. I don't know.
Angry face, no.
you used it to pick up the gold.
Oh yeah, because I have no fingers to pick. No fingers. I have fingers. I have no nails to pick up. I have no fingers.
No, she can't pick it up.
Yeah, see that. Okay, now after we figured out I have fingers, we have to. So you want to teleport to where I am, right? Okay. Teleport. You spent your gold. So now that you're there, that was your move or teleport action.
Yeah.
What's cool too, I think when we have a certain amount of the quests, where is it? Yeah, when you get 8 side quests, you can teleport for free.
Oh, cool.
So now, Khaleesi, you have 2 gold left. Do you want to spend any gold in the city to increase any of those skills there?
Nope.
You don't? It's up to you. You don't have to. You can save your gold for stuff, or you can try to
increase
increase it.
Save it.
Okay. And now you can explore, which is because you're explored, so you get to do the skill, and then you don't get to do we don't pick up any of the cards because we're in the capital city, but you get the forge, which is twine, right?
Yeah.
Now we talked about exchanging between people. And the other thing you can do in capital cities, it's a clan bank. So if you use other RPGs like the guild bank or the party bank, everybody can share this. If you're in a capital city, you can put items in there that other people can go pick up in the capital city if we're not together. Like you're far off over there, but if you need like twine or fish or something for a recipe, I can put it in there and then you can go over to the next capital city and pick it up.
Right.
So I didn't do that on my turn. Khaleesi, is there anything you want to put in the clan bank? There's nothing you can take out. You can put coins or resources. Is there something you want to put in there to help other people? Because Mummy needs to make a bow, and I think you need thread for that, right?
I need 3 thread for that.
Do you want to put any in the bank?
Yes.
You can take one? You can put as many as you want. You can keep one. You can put one in.
I want to keep one.
Okay, so now that's in there. So if you want to go pick that up to help making your bow, you can go do that.
Yep.
And that's not a bonus action. You can do that while you're in a capital city.
Okay.
So you got that? now your bonus action, Khaleesi. For your last thing to do is bonus. Do you want to get another quest? You don't have enough stuff to cook. You don't have enough stuff to make your thieves' hood. So yes. The only bonus action you can do right now is gain another quest if you want. Do you want to?
No.
No, you don't? Okay. So that's your turn.
Yeah.
What's cool about this game too now is like, because we're going to take a break and Khaleesi's going to get ready to go to bed soon.
Yeah.
But her character can actually leave the map and come back on the character. She can put her character aside and we can still play.
Yep.
And then she can come back and play whenever she wants. And there's no, that I've seen so far, yes, it'll be tougher for her to do some of the skills later, but then she can always go around and do what she wants or cook and level. And it's not a hindrance. So we can level up and she can come back whenever she wants to play, which is really cool.
Cool.
Or if we have a new player coming to play, or you want to use one of the guinea pigs as one of the characters or something, a side character.
Maybe one day we can bring our guinea pigs into the video. If you guys would like it.
Yeah. But we'll keep her on the board now, and then Raven's going to do her turn next. So do you know what you want to do?
I was thinking I was going to go to Edgeville because that gets me on a route to the Goblin Village. And I was going to do some skill stuff with some of the money I got. Because I was thinking about teleporting to where you are so then we could
have a whole party going?
To meet Morgan. But
I think only one of us has to do it anyway, right?
Yeah.
And I can do that too.
We don't know if when you do that, if one of us is going to have to be somewhere else.
Because like I said, I got to the mini boss when I did the test, and then I do after that. So I haven't told you guys what happens. So
yeah.
And it's random each time too, right? So you could play different times and see that way too, right? So.
Right. So for my move, I'm going to go to Edgeville.
So that was your move action. So now you can get skills too.
Yes. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pay one of my gold to get an XP in ranged.
Cool.
Because I have a short bow. I think it's a good idea. So
yep.
I'm going to do that. What is that? What am I foraging for? What is that?
That's iron.
Iron, okay.
Yeah, so you get an iron. You can get it now. If, like I said, in order, your forage is the last thing. When I did the test, there was nothing that stopped the progression of, if it would have hindered, like if you would have got the forage now, it didn't change it. So you could still grab the iron now.
Yeah, well, I'm just debating if I'm going to do, I think I might pay another gold and do one more XP in defense.
Okay.
So that goes to 1 because those were 2s.
Just make sure when you do your skills up that you don't take the 2 coin when you only have to spend 1, right?
Well, I spent 1 and then turned the 2 into a 1.
Okay.
Yeah. That was changed.
And then you can still do defense for 1 or fighting.
Oh, I did do a defense for 1.
Okay.
I did ranged and I did defense.
There's gathering too if you want to spend for 1. It's up to you.
No, I think I'm good now.
Okay. And that's another thing that's talked about if you have party. If you want to build it up, one person can be good at cooking, one can be good at fighting, or you can get, well, it depends how you want to make your party, right?
Yeah, sort of like other party-related games.
Yeah.
But
what's that I've always liked about Skyrim, Khaleesi like the two, you can have a character that does ranged and magic, or an armor guy that shoots magic. It's cool.
Yeah. So I'm going to, is it called forging? I'm going to forge now for my iron.
Yeah, I think it's the forge accent.
So I'm going to do that for my iron.
And you didn't want to spend you didn't want to spend 2 gold for thieving or melee,
which is my 2 big things. No.
No, not yet. Okay.
Yeah. So the thread that's in the clan bank.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost me an action to take.
Nope, it's free. You can move stuff in and take stuff out.
Okay, so what's Khaleesi? Does she need something that I have so I can trade her?
She needs for her thieves' hood to make it. If she wants to make it better, she needs 2 leather, and I keep seeing 2 thread.
Okay, she should have kept that other thread.
That's okay. She has.
Maybe I'll put my 1 fruit and swap it for the thread that's in the bank.
Okay, yeah, because she likes cooking. She's done cooking and stuff too.
Yeah.
And it's cool, like we said, if we're in the same spot, and that's why I picked crafting too. I can craft stuff for people and then go in this spot and give it to them. So.
Oh, that's nice.
because we can exchange items, right? I do
Yeah.
have a hammer, so I can use my hammer to craft stuff. So, if I craft something, I can give it to somebody else.
Yeah.
Right?
Cool.
I can't craft her hood because it's in her inventory. But if we exchange items and she gives me the thief's hood, I can craft it for her and then give it back to her.
Neat. Okay.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Khaleesi ended her turn in a capital city, so the escalation track would have went up too.
Okay.
And because I'll do that now too. You're gonna end your turn in the city.
Yeah.
This is gonna go up. So see, depending on your turn, that can go up fast too, right?
Really fast. Yeah.
Yeah. I think if you die or certain random events happen, it goes up too. Like I think one of the random events I got before was kiss a frog, and that brings it up too. And then there's an outcome that happens too.
That's funny.
Okay.
Well, and I like that it's not like there's stuff not necessarily simple, but like stuff that is accessible for somebody like Khaleesi. That it's not too like everybody's going and stabbing and there's all kinds of blood and stuff.
Yeah, it's depending on how each person plays. You can play your way with a party of other people too, and it doesn't hinder the game.
Yeah.
Like somebody can go do quests if they like doing quests. If someone likes to go fighting, they can do it. If Khaleesi likes exploring, she can go around and do what she wants, and it's not going to hinder your playability of the game, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So far, we haven't. I don't know if it's gonna ramp up when we do other expansions or farther in, but so far it's pretty good.
Yeah. So now I have a bonus action.
Yeah, because you don't want to do any more testing there.
No.
Bonus, so you can cook, you can craft an item, or you can get another quest. Or if any of your cards have a bonus action trigger.
No, I can't. I'm not in the Goblin Village, so I can't steal any goblin clothes. I think I'm good.
You're good? You don't want to get another quest? There's no... I know Khaleesi opted out to get it, but there's no downside per se that I saw when you're getting quests. It does mean you're taking a quest from somebody else that can take it.
Yeah.
But it's always good to have a quest. Like if you're playing any other RPG, if you have multiple quests, it's multiple things you can do to get different experience. Like if you didn't have the quest for exploring and you went to that location and you didn't have that quest, you just lost out on getting that quest, right?
Yeah. Okay.
But like I said before, only it was 2 to 3 people. You can only have 2 side. You can't spam quests. Each person can only have 2 side quests.
Okay.
And with 4 people, each person could only have 1. I think it says you can play up to 5 with this too.
Okay.
And then obviously, if there's 1 person, you can have all the quests if you're just playing by yourself.
Okay.
So you don't want to do a quest either, you said?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, one you were looking at is you have to be at certain ones. You have to be a certain location. Like your starting one, you had to be at Lumberridge. You were looking at the Wizard Tower one, but you're not there yet, so you can't accept it.
I already have the Goblin Diplomacy one, and I got to go to the Goblin Village, and the Wizard Tower's all the way on the other side of the map. So maybe
you can always teleport over to Lumberridge too, right?
Yeah. So maybe I'll do the Goblin one first, and then we'll go. If it's still there, I'll go back.
Okay, so your turn's done.
Yeah.
So we've played these 2 turns. We're gonna take a break from it. I was thinking about maybe we've done it before. We like making scenes, and Khaleesi will help too in between it when I go back to edit it. So we'll see how that works too.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good so far.
Yeah, I think so.
So I don't know if I'm going to continue because I don't want to have a huge video up when we upload it. So I don't know if I'll break it up and we'll do it in different chapters. We'll see. Once I edit it, we'll go down. But we'll see. Maybe we'll just do chapter 1, chapter 2, and 2 of the campaign type of thing.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Don't want to put up like a 4-hour video of us doing that.
No, yeah. And it gives the opportunity for you guys, if you got this game, or if you're interested in this game, to ask us more questions about little stuff that goes on within a turn, and stuff that we can show you, different characters you might want to see, anything like that. So if there's anything like that, let us know.
Khaleesi is excited about painting the cat too, because he wants to do a cat for her character, which is nice. You can use these characters, or if any other D&D characters, or she wants to use her Sphinx cat from
I didn't even think of that. If you
Cat and Kitties, Cats and Catacombs.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. That if you had this could be your D&D character's second adventure.
Yeah, that's cool too. Then
I didn't even think about that.
I saw in the Facebook group there's an RPG RuneScape Kingdoms that I have to look into too. I didn't notice that before, so I don't know anything about that.
I didn't notice that in maybe we missed it in the Kickstarter or where, because I tried to.
Yeah, we got to look into doing that.
Yeah, let us, if you know where it is, let us know. Send us the link.
And we haven't got the expansions are cool too. We didn't add them in this game, but you can add them right off the start if you want. So you can they're harder areas. It's like if you're in other games, like they'll be added to the map, but that's level 50 to 60. That's level 70 to 80. You go there and you go, now you're going to die.
Yeah.
But you can add them if you want. But you can add the rules. Like I think one of them adds summoning skills, so you can actually summon familiars.
That's neat.
So you can have that at the start. One of them is runes, so you can add runes to stuff. And what's the other? Praying. So I think that adds benefits, kind of like a priest type of thing.
Yeah.
So you can add those to the game now if you really wanted to, but we just wanted to show the basic core vanilla rules, not to overcomplicate things.
Yeah. So we hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
And we'll see if we'll come back and continue with this one, or I'll put up some videos, put up some cutscenes for it too.
Yeah. So thanks for coming out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.